From the Panther Pit at Northwood High School, it's the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week. Tonight, the Northern Lakes Conference opener for the Plymouth Pilgrims and the Northwood Panthers. We're glad you're with us. I'm Bob Nagel in for Chuck Freeby tonight. Chuck Freeby enjoying some time with family this weekend. We're happy for that. And you've got the Bees here tonight. You got Bob, Bo, and Bill. Bo Hunt to my right, Bill Beck to my left, and we're going to take a look at a great ball game tonight. We're glad you're with us. Bo Hunt, when you look at this kind of a matchup early in the season for a conference matchup, somebody will be in first place, somebody's going to be in last. A lot on the line for this early. What do you think about the Plymouth Pilgrims who come in here with some basketball players and some football guys still trying to heal up?
Yeah, and you got Hilliard and Tharp, two of the key players tonight. But you know what? It's something that Ryan Bales brings to those programs, the tradition that he's brought back from the Edison times when they were coaching here. And it's just that year in and year out philosophy of playing Plymouth basketball. Make the good pass, make that extra pass, and get the good shot.
Northwood only had about 3 or 4 seniors who could play on this year's team, and looking for leadership from them. They lost one of them. Caleb Glick is out. Good news, his knee injury is not going to cost him the season, just a couple of weeks, so they're going to get him back. In the meantime, you look at, again, program kids that can run this offense and execute. It's got to come down to really the execution for both teams. Let's talk about Northwood.
Yeah, you know, when you talk about Northwood, you talk about what Aaron Wolf has done here with this program. He's had some stars come through, and he's had to replace them year in and year out. And again, this year he's going to have to replace them. And they come in, DeAndre Smart, Delio, you can go list them on and on. They got players that they're going to step up when the time comes.
Well, they've got a nice player that's been coming off the bench, and Bean, but tonight he might be in that starting lineup. We'll wait and see what they give us for the starting lineup. Bill Beck is alongside, and Bill, long-time career with the Elkhart Truth and covering teams in this area. I know you've been to this game a number of times over the years. It's a conference opener. How much importance can you put on that early in the year?
I think a lot, because it's such a wide open conference this year, up and down the entire league. So many new kids in this conference. You want to start 1-0, and for the last 5 years, Northwood's done that in this game against Plymouth.
And both teams are really program-oriented tonight and for this season, so we're going to find out who's got it entrenched.
I think it's what both coaches want to see. They still want to see what they have as far as the starting 5 plus their rotations right now. And as you mentioned with Glick, the rotation's going to be a little bit off tonight for Northwood. We'll see how they adjust to that. All
righty, Bill Beck going to be down on the sidelines for us, and he'll be bringing us our coaches' interviews and also giving us some insight on what he sees down here. Bo Hunt and I will be upstairs tonight. We're going to head up there and continue with our R. Yoder Construction pregame show. You're watching the TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week.
This is the WHME TV46 High School Game of the Week, brought to you by Indiana Criminal Justice, IU South Bend, TCU, Jordan Automotive Group, Bethel College Admissions, Electrical Workers Local 153, Crown Trophy, JV Macri Orthodontics, Bill's Heating, Imagineering Finishing Technologies, Ruoff Home Mortgage, and the IHSAA.
Tonight's TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the Jordan Auto Group. Simple, easy, stress-free. That's the Jordan way. And they bring you our pregame show for each of our games. Bob Nagel along with Bo Hunt as we take a look at the R. Yoder Construction key players and keys to win for tonight's game. And starting off with the Plymouth Pilgrims. And they will feature Clay Hilliard, a 6'1 junior. And Hilliard is an outstanding scorer on this team. Hilliard comes in, leading him in scoring with 16 points a game. He also pulls down 4 rebounds and shoots 88% from the free throw line. Their big man inside is Garrett Tharp, 6'4 senior, and Tharp averaging in double figures as well, 10.5 points per game, 5.7 rebounds, an excellent free throw shooter at 75%, and he shoots 58% from the field, and a lot of those are in close, they always hope. And Bo Hunt, what's going to be the keys to win tonight for Plymouth?
Well, the keys to win tonight for Plymouth Pilgrims, they need to be consistent. That's not just on the offensive end, that's defensive end as well. All aspects of the game, passing, free throws, three-point shooters, be consistent with their play. Guards have to board up. They feel that they're outsized tonight, so they really have to get inside and get their guards to get some body on some guys. And disruptive defense. Defensive end of the ball, they need to be getting Northwood out of sync offensively. Ryan Bell's in his 7th year overall.
It is always tough coming over here, and Coach Wolf does an outstanding job. Got a great program, and they've had a lot of great success the last several years. So we know they're going to show up, compete hard, and we're going to have to bring our A game for sure.
The Northwood Panthers playing at home is a big break for them tonight. And by the way, there's a real nice concert going on over on the other side of the school tonight. A lot of folks in the house going to enjoy a good basketball game. Key players for Northwood include Brad Delio, 5'10" senior guard. We watched him play as a sophomore and a junior, and he's just elevated his game every year, and now he's a senior. It's time for him to take on a lot of responsibility, and he's doing that very well as he has 17 assists to lead the ball club at this point of the season, and he can also score it at about 8 points per game. DeAndre Smart is also one of our key players tonight because of what his potential is. Now, there are games when he's not the prolific scorer. I saw him at Westview, and he lit it up in that second half especially. He was 5 out of 6 from the floor. And when you think about what this young man can do, what he's done on the football field, we know. But he's averaging 7 points, 3 rebounds, and 69% free throw shooter. And so they're going to need to get a big game out of DeAndre Smart. Keys to win, Bo?
Keys to win for the Northwood Panthers. They need to handle the pressure. Plymouth's going to come at them and keep coming at them. They need to make sure they handle the ball very well tonight. Points off of turnovers, they have to make those points. They can't just get turnovers and turn it back over. They have to get points off those turnovers. And no offensive boards. They cannot give Plymouth any second chance points whatsoever. Aaron Wolf in his 11th year at Northwood.
Well, I know every time we play Plymouth, we always walk out of it getting better. Storied program. It's just a neat NLC game for us.
And I love the respect that these two coaches have for each other. There's a little bit of a milestone we keep an eye on tonight, and that is for Ryan Bales. He's got 99 wins at Plymouth. Number 100 would be pretty sweet for him here tonight. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, and we'll have the start of our game between Northwood and Plymouth here on TV 46. The TV 46 high school basketball game of the week being brought to you in part by the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute. Whoa, don't text and drive. Pay attention, especially in these winter months when the roads can be really tough. Bob Nagel, Bo Hunt, Bill Beck is down on the sidelines for us tonight. Let's take a look at the series history tonight. Plymouth leads the all-time series 19-13 last time they played. Northwood got a win, but it was a tough one, 66-62. At Plymouth, and that one took overtime. We had that for you a year ago. Hoping for another classic here tonight. Bo Hunt, as we get ready for the tip-off, they're going to introduce the lineups. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game.
Yeah, well, first you got the Plymouth Pilgrims. PA announcer just announced them. You got Benji Nixon and Clay Hilliard at the guards. Cole Filson, remember him from the football field. Caden McCramer and Garrett Tharp. You'll hear a lot about Garrett Tharp at halftime. And the starting lineups for the home team, the Northwood Panthers, Caden Gongwer, Brad Delio, one of our players, keys to win players, DeAndre Smart, Caleb Long, and Nick Bean filling in for Caleb Glick, the injured senior. We'll see what Bean has to do here tonight and getting into the starting lineup. We get ready for opening tip. They finishing up the starting lineups there for Northwood Panthers, coached by Aaron Wolf. Aaron in his 11th year, 170-73 in his 11 years. And as Bob mentioned, Ryan Bell's 99-49 in his 7th year at Plymouth, looking for his 100th win at Plymouth. Get ready for the opening tip here. Bob, you can go ahead and take it away.
All righty, the opening tip for tonight's game is coming right up. We're glad you're with us for our high school game of the week. Chuck Freeby enjoying time off. Our four-quarter sponsor tonight is Wakarusa Ag, and they're sponsoring our first quarter here tonight as we get ready to get underway. The opening tip controlled by DeAndre Smart and the Northwood Panthers. And it is Gongwer who will set it up now. Again, talk about kids that have been part of this program and done a great job. Caden Gongwer is one of them. He has the ball again. Got it to Brad Delio. Going to take a look at what Plymouth is going to offer him defensively. They know it's going to be intense, that's for sure. But the basketball is Caleb Long, who is a very physical young man. A little misleading, I think, when you take a look at him, like, is he that strong? Yeah, he is, and he's a senior. Trying to get the ball to Delio, got it out top to Smart. And there's the ball tipped away out of bounds, and they're going to say that it went off of Plymouth Looked like it came awful close, Bo Hunt, to maybe catching the shoulder that time of Matt Murkowski.
Yeah, definitely these two teams are feeling the pressure here early on. Emotions are high. It's a very back and forth conference game these two play every year at this point. Opening game of the NLC, and these two teams face off, and what a matchup these two teams can bring together.
And an offensive rebound, those are going to be key tonight. Delio drives in the lane, pulls up 5-footer, got it to go. Brad Delio's got Northwood on the board and a 2-0 lead. Back come the Plymouth Pilgrims. Caden McCramer with the basketball, number 25. Loves to facilitate the offensive opportunities. Now he kick it over on the right side. Got it in the hands of Clay Hilliard. Hilliard will touch the ball a lot tonight. Has it again. Got it out top in the hands of Garrett Tharp. Back door. Nice bounce pass down low. And able to finish is Cole Filson. Has the first two for Plymouth tonight. Boy, well executed play there, Bo. They brought the baseline people up high and created room, and Filson able to get through there on a quarterback sneak. Oh, I mean, all right, we're going to have our first foul of the game, so it gives us a chance to meet our officials tonight. Zachary Schlewa, Jeff Ward, and Sean Treese are handling the whistle duties here tonight. Veteran crew, good to have them with us. Northwood able to inbound. Now they look inside to Smart. Kicks it back in the wing. They love to go a little triangle game on both sides if they can. Here's Delio. Top of the circle. Dish it down low. Turn, spin. Shot put up and missed by Long, but a foul called on Plymouth.
Looked like that's going to be called on Filson. Looks like he got his body up into Lung there a little bit.
Benji Nixon had the first foul. Now Filson has one. And at the free throw line is Caleb Lung. Caleb Lung, 9 points a game, 5.6 rebounds. Only 61% from the free throw line, but he made his first one. He'll have another. Got them both. How do you fix a 61% free throw shooting average? Make more.
Make.
Full court pressure. Plymouth handles it. Kramer, 6'2" senior, real veteran out there. Big, strong kid. You wouldn't usually see a 6'2" guy running the point, but he's got a real good look at the floor at all times. Right over on the left wing. Nice head fake, driving to the basket. Hilliard trying to get a shot, couldn't do it. Hilliard, right side. Looked like it might have been a little bit of a walk. Now the ball is tipped away out of bounds off of Plymouth. Trying to go backdoor again to Filson.
Yeah, when Panther fans are hungry, they go to Cook's Pizza. Whether you're hungry for pizza, chicken strips, breadsticks, breaded mushrooms, or ice cream, Cook's Pizza can feed your family or your whole team. You can also enjoy all this goodness at Jimtown Pizza in Jimtown. We'd like to thank Cook's Pizza for feeding our crew tonight. They did an excellent job.
Smart with a real nice pass, got it in the hands of Long. He couldn't finish, and back come the Plymouth Pilgrims. Northwood on top, 4-2. Hilliard hasn't scored as yet. Now he's got the ball outside. Three-pointer and away. There it is. Clay Hilliard knocks down the three. Plymouth on top, 5-4. Their first lead of the ball game. Delio. Cross corner. Got a man open the corner, and Bean's shot is off, no good. Nick Bean, 5'10" junior. Boy, he lit it up at Westview the other night. Watching him shoot, I said, boy, this guy get in the lineup. Northwood going to be the first team to go to the bench. They've got Luke Holland getting ready to check in. Holland, 6'5" senior. Nice drive inside and a beautiful block and a save inbound. Terrific play by Caleb Young. Back come the Panthers. Looking for Lung inside, knocked away. Delio did a good job. He got it back, got it to Smart. Like Bean wanted to shoot it. Go cross court. There's a Delio three on the way, and he got it. And Delio has 5 points, 5 of Northwood's 7.
Big three by Delio there. Found a wide open shot. They made that extra pass, and he was able to knock it down.
Hilliard penetrates. Now he's open for another three. Look, that one's off the iron, no good. Smart with the rebound. DeAndre Smart, 6'3" senior. Back comes Gongward. Bounce pass down low. Really nice off the glass and finishing inside with the basket, Caleb Long.
Nice feed, nice finish by Caleb Long.
Long with 4 points. 5 for Delio. The 9-5 Northwood lead. And now whistle as Plymouth trying to get some penetration. Got to give credit to Hilliard. He'll do whatever he can to get open. He was trying to penetrate that time, and they thought he's going to get an easy two, and they grabbed hold of him.
Yep. First foul for Northwood. Beam picks up his first foul, and the first substitution, Luke Holland comes in the lineup for DeAndre Smart.
Quick inbounds, 3 from the corner, off no good, and a rebounding foul.
It's like it hit the wire.
Oh, it did hit the wire. You're right, Bo. Still moving up there. Folks, Ruoff Home Mortgage is proud of our hometown teams and proud to be a part of the community. When you're ready to buy a home or need to refinance your existing mortgage loan, be sure to stop by one of our offices in Indiana, Michigan, and Ohio. Or go online at ruoff.com. That's RUOFF.com.
Delio was his second three back-to-back.
Delio with 8. And we've got a timeout called by Plymouth. We're back in a moment here on the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week. Tonight's broadcast of high school basketball being brought to you in part by IU South Bend, fulfilling the promise. And there's a look at the veteran Plymouth coach, Ryan Bales, stemming the tide a little bit with the timeout. By the way, the three-pointers tonight for North were brought to you by Persing Tire. Ring-a-ling-ling, just call Persing. Got to say that twice because they made 2 3-pointers, right?
Exactly.
Ring-a-ling-ling, just call Persing. Sounds like a holiday theme, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does.
Plymouth with a basketball.
Oh, yeah.
And now a charging call against the big man. We mentioned that McCramer at 6'2" and a senior is a big guy, and a little bit of a mismatch there.
Bean was able to really get position there. You can see him get over. Oh, it looked like a trip.
Yeah, I think there was a little help there in that foul by Benji Nixon. Got a foot out there. Either way, the foul called against Plymouth, and Northwood has the basketball. Delio drives baseline, kicks it back out. Looking to get the ball to the big man who just checked in, Luke Holland. Gongwer, bounce pass down low, strong off the backboard, knocking it down is Caleb Long. He has 6. Good start for the 2 veterans for Northwood. Northwood opening up a pretty good lead, 14-5. Plymouth needs a bucket. Nice bounce pass down low. In traffic, off the glass too hard. Rebound kicked out. Hilliard kicks it in the corner now. Nice look. Kick back out top. With the basketball again is McCramer. Now dishes it out top. Benji Nixon, number 10, dishes it off. Go back out top to Hilliard. Nearly a walk. They go baseline. Kicked it back to the opposite corner. McCramer's free on the way off. No good. Rebound, offensive board for Plymouth. They save it inbounds. And they kick it to the wing. McCramer says, I'll try it again, and knocked it down.
Second chance points. McCramer knocks down the 3.
Kramer with his first points. 3 players on the board for Plymouth so far. And it's a 14-8 contest. Nice pass down low. Good defense there by Tharp. Tharp trying to keep Lung from getting an opportunity, but they didn't cover up on the other side. And Delio gets inside for an easy 2. Delio in double figures in the ball game already with 10.
What a great job. One of our key players tonight. Great pick on that, Bob.
Well, like I said, I watched him mature from his sophomore year, junior year. Doing a great job. 24 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Trying to get Hilliard a shot here as the clock winds down. 13 to go. Got it in the high post. And Kramer's three on the way. That's off no good. And a rebound down to Northwood. They get a pass ahead quickly and going all the way to the hoop. There'll be no basket, but a foul called before the shot was taken, and it came with 2.5 seconds left to go.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies is a world-class metal finishing company specializing in plating, coating, testing, and consulting services. 58 years as the knowledge source for metal finishing solutions. Reach us at info@iftworldwide.com.
Common foul, 2.5 to go. Something you work on in practice every day to get it down low. It's knocked away, and that'll do it for the first quarter. Well, Hilliard's foul was a good one. He stopped the basket, and they weren't able to score on the inbound. And as you look at our first quarter highlights on the way out, Northwood with some really good defense that led to some really good offense as they were able to get a block shot, saved it inbounds. They wind up with a couple of big three-pointers. Delio knocking down two of them. We're through one quarter. Northwood on top by 8. Tonight's TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you by Bethel College Admissions, equipping for lifelong service. That's Bethel College.
Speaking of Bethel College, head coach Ryan Lightfoot and the Bethel Pilots invite you to join them for a game this season on campus of the Bethel College in Mishawaka. Bring the entire family for a game and enjoy college basketball at its finest. Visit bethelcollege.edu.
All right, let's go down to Bill Beck, who's on the sidelines. And Bill, a lot of action up and down, and obviously a great start for Northwood here at home.
Well, I was talking to Coach Aaron Wolf before the game, and they've talked about for the last 5 years, Northwood's had one or two alpha dog kind of presences on the floor scoring-wise, and he was hoping maybe a player like Caden Gongwer or a Brad Delio may emerge as one of those kind of offensive threats. Well, Delio 4 of 4 there with 10 points. That's a good start for the Panthers.
Sure is, and as a team, the Panthers 6 out of 9 from the floor in the first quarter. Plymouth 3 out of 9, so they've had their chances. Plymouth's had some quality chances, some good-looking shot opportunities, but haven't been able to knock them down. Shot from the right side and knocking that one down. Good job by Jake Reichard. Reichard has his first two of the night. He's just a freshman, 5'10", but an outstanding shooter. Ball knocked out of bounds.
We got a chance to see him in the JV game a little bit and talked about how he definitely could help this varsity team out a lot. And speaking of that Plymouth team, that charge that we thought was, that foul was actually on Nixon and not on the Kramer. So they actually gave that on the trip.
All right. Thank you, Bo. Good hard drive down low by Bean. On top now. Delio. Again, trying to work these little three-man games. Kicks it out on top. New player in there, Jordan B. Miller. Northwood, again, a little less depth tonight than they're used to with the loss of Caleb Glick, who's out with a knee injury. But the good news is he'll be back, and there's a pass intended for the baseline, and it's out of bounds off the hands of Northwood.
The Miller Senior Living communities of both Wakarusa and Napanee take great pride in being part of the Waunee community. With assisted living, nursing care, home care, and rehab services, they're committed to excellence for America's greatest generation, our seniors. Plan to visit to experience firsthand the many amenities at Miller's Senior Living community.
Boy, a nice pass to Reichert, and he knocks it down. He's got 5 quick points for Plymouth. And it's a 3-point ball game at 16-13. Amazing, a long shot, which followed a turnover. It's a nice little run. Here's Smart down low. Dishes it off. Not much room on the baseline, but they keep it alive and trying to go up for the shot inside. Losing it out of bounds that time was Luke Holland. Substitution now for Northwood. Checking back into the lineup is Caden Gongwer, number 3. As Jordan B. Miller goes out. Also back in for Northwood is Caleb Long, the 6'3" senior, who has 6 points in the ball game. 16-8 was our score after one quarter. Right now it's 16-13. Another long shot for Plymouth. Dishes in and out, wouldn't go. Smart with the rebound. Dishes it ahead now to Gongwer. He's across the midcourt stripe. Down low, and nice strong finish by Caleb Long. He has 8 points tonight.
What a great assist there by Gongwer. Just saw him underneath the whole way and was waiting for him to get open and hit Long with that pass.
Long shot outside by Plymouth, off no good. The miss that time by Reichert, who was feeling that he got it back, wouldn't shoot it. Now there's a bump. Boy, you have a collision like that tonight, there'll be $1,000 damage out there. Reichert has it back. Gets it over on the left side to Hilliard. Hilliard in the hands now of Evan Ziegler, 5'10" junior, is in there off the bench. Reichert, Hilliard, on top to the big man, Garrett Tharp. And the ball tipped away, controlled by Plymouth. 5:12 left to go, first half. We got an 18-13 ball game.
Just talking to them or thinking about Plymouth, they were taking quite a few quick threes, and then they were working for an inside shot there and being patient, but they can't knock it down.
Hilliard did a nice job of getting inside for the shot. The ball comes down to Northwood, and then it's out of bounds. The officials say the ball stays with Northwood. Bo, the unselfishness is pretty apparent.
Yeah, when you talk about that last series down, that great look, you could see Gongwer see Lung open. They were playing that zone defense, was able to thread the needle between the two guys and find Lung underneath for an easy bucket. What a great job.
The officials are letting them play tonight. There's been some bumping and grinding. With the ball in the hands. Caleb Lung, number 22. Now it's Bean. Nice lob down low. Lung underneath. Couldn't finish. Was fouled on the way up.
Again, great pass inside. Lung's got a height advantage there inside. He's got a really long wingspan as well. What a great job feeding him and him going to the hoop strong as well.
And you look at him at the free throw line. There's Aaron Wolf, the head coach of the Northwood Panthers. But you look at Lung at the free throw line. He's been in the weight room a little bit, Bo. You can't pretend that. Look at the shoulders on that guy.
Definitely. Hey, your home, your belongings, your peace of mind. Protect yourself with State Farm Renters Home and Life Insurance. Call State Farm agent Sylvia Benjamin at 773-AUTO.
Substitutions coming in now for Plymouth.
Key stat to watch, at 4:29 here to go in the second quarter. Northwood with only one team foul at this moment.
Second free throw is also good. So Lung, the second player of the night for Northwood, in double figures with 10, and they've got two guys with 10. That's 20, and they lead it 20-13. Almost losing it was Ziegler. He gets it back, passes it out. Plymouth really trying to spread the floor, Bo, looking for an opportunity. There's one from the outside, the three on the way, and knocking it down, the outstanding freshman, Jake Reichert. He has 8 points all here in the second quarter.
What a great job of Riker really coming in and giving a lift to this team.
And Northwood with a turnover.
At the corner of US 6 and State Road 15 in New Paris is a store that is really convenient. The 6 and 15 convenience store opens Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. and they stay open till 10. Now that's convenient. Whether you need fuel for your vehicle or food and snacks for yourself, the 6 and 15 convenience store in New Paris has what you need to keep going. That's the 6 and 15 convenience store.
Trent Edwards is checking the lineup for Northwood now. He's stationed in the corner, pretty good outside shooter. Bean got it down low. Edwards gets it back out to Bean. His three on the way is good. Nick Bean with a big three-pointer. Northwood back within 5 with 23-16. Ziegler out top. Try to get some penetration, reach-in foul call. That one's on Gongwer. Foul is on Caden Gongwer. That's his first. Folks, if you're interested in improving all areas of your fitness program or sport, join the Strength and Conditioning Center in Mishawaka. Beacon Sports Performance. They offer youth, high school, and adult performance training. Visit beaconhealthandfitness.org today. Good pass outside. There's the opportunity Hilliard was looking for. Just a little space, maybe to get a drive, draw a foul. And now a long NBA three and knocking it down. You know, freshmen aren't supposed to be that relaxed. Reichert now with 3 threes here in the second quarter. And Bo, he's their leading scorer now with 11.
Yeah, it's 5 3-pointers for Northwood, and Gongwer takes up a 3 there. The problem with Reichert is he's not going to have enough quarters to play the whole rest of the game.
Oh my, we got a 3-point opportunity coming up as Bean knocks down the 3-pointer. What a great rebound inside for Northwood by DeAndre Smart. Set it up in the corner and he fouled him. And that'll be a 4-point opportunity on the foul by Evan Ziegler, the 5'10 junior.
What a great job by Bean hitting that and staying concentrated. And to get back to that Reichert, not sure exactly on the quarters. Bill might be able to get that at halftime. But the quarters for Reichert, how many quarters he played in the JV game, because you're only allowed, I believe, 6 quarters, 4 in the varsity, or 4 in the JV and 2 in the varsity. And so not sure how many quarters he has left here in the varsity game.
Nick Bean now with 7 points. It's a 27-19 lead for Northwood. Neither team willing to sit on the ball. They're looking for opportunities to score. Ziegler gets it down low. Harp dishes it out. Left side, McCramer. 3 on the way, was fouled. What's the number 1 rule? Don't foul a shooter, right? Jump shooter?
Gongwer on the foul there.
That's 2 on Gongwer, and it's going to put McCramer at the free throw line. And McCramer, so far this season, just 42% from the 45% from the charity stripe. Leads Plymouth with 27 assists, has 11 steals. There's a free throw that's good.
Yeah, first one's good. He's got 2 more, and while he's shooting those, Yoder Stutzman Plumbing, Heating, and AC has been serving Napanee and the surrounding area since 1969. They're committed to do what they do, and they enjoy serving the public for their plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs. Yoder Stutzman Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, building lasting solutions.
Peyton Skirvin goes out, gave him a couple good minutes in there. 3rd free throw on the way. That one's good. He made all 3 of them. And we've got a timeout on the floor. 2 minutes, 13 seconds to go first half. We got ourselves a dandy. It's Northwood 27, Plymouth 22. Back in a moment on the TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week. One of our TV 46 High School Basketball Game of the Week sponsors tonight, Ruoff Home Mortgage. A great name to know when you need a mortgage. Our free throws tonight for Plymouth brought to you by John Hampton Shelter Insurance. And well, you got to sponsor all 3 of those just a moment ago. Nice job by McCramer. It wasn't a 3-pointer from the perimeter. Took a little longer, but scored the same and makes it a 5-point ball game.
But I tell you what, 3-pointers and free throws tonight, man, everybody's been solid. Hitting a lot of threes tonight and free throws as well. Everybody's been consistent on those free throws.
Look for Northwood maybe to go back to Brad Delio. He had 10 in the first quarter, hadn't scored in the second. There was a bump on the way down the floor. Foul called, I think, on McCramer.
That's going to be the bonus. Lung's going to go to the line for 1-1. Eastlake 24 Napanee is a full-service fitness club with 24/7 access. They never close. Just $29 to enroll and $20 per month with unlimited access to all 8 Eastlake locations. Check it out yourself between Ace Hardware and Martin Supermarket. Eastlake 24 Napanee.
First missed free throw of the game. Lung had it clank off the front of the rim, and now Plymouth with the basketball. Boy, 3-pointer here, and you're back to a deuce. Good ball movement. Ziegler got it on the wing, gets it back, now in the corner. Out top, looked like Hilliard might have traveled, no call. Now they dribble into the lane, shoveling it up and putting it in. Outstanding job by Ziegler. Evan Ziegler was on the board with his first 2. New Country's heard from here in the second quarter for Plymouth. We're down to 1:24 to go first half. In the corner, 3 on the way. In and out, it splashes. A miss by B. Miller, and the rebounding foul is on Northwood.
We're going to get that on Lung over the back. Going to pick up his first foul. Lori Sumter with Phil Hahn and Associates is part of the hometown team supporting your hometown Panthers. Lori has been helping the Wauwanee community for over 30 years, working in Panther Nation. Let Lori Sumter find your new home.
Kramer gets it on the right side. Now a long shot from the outside. A 3 off the iron, no good. And look at Smart in there for another rebound. Very athletic young man. Back the other way comes Delio. Gets to the baseline, kicks it back out. Over in the right wing now to Bean. Bean squares up, try to get his man in the air, drives inside. He's getting bumped again and gives the ball out to Delio. 40 seconds left to go in the first half. Smart drives inside, put up the soft jumper, was fouled on the way in. Smart has not scored in the ball game tonight, but he's capable. He averages 7 points a game, and Bo, it's good to see him get aggressive to get to the free throw line. Now, he hasn't had great success there this year, as DeAndre is just 16%. He's 2 out of 12. Free throw on the way. Got it. Great on the board.
Yeah, great technique. Good leg bend there. No, just a little bit more there. Bend the legs just a little bit more on that.
Working on pass patterns till about a week ago. There's one off the side of the rim. The ball belongs to Plymouth. 34 seconds to go. We got a 4-point ball game. Northwood 28, Plymouth 24. Bob Nagel with Bo Hunt and Bill Beck. Chuck Freeby enjoying some time with family this week. Hilliard out top. Bean's doing a good job on him, taking away the angles. Now to McCramer out top. McCramer dribbles, dishes in the corner. Had it in the hands of Reichert. Now it's just 8 seconds left to go. The Plymouth fans counting like there's 2. Backdoor pass, thrown away. Quickly ahead to Smart. Smart fires it up. It'll count if it goes, and it's off the backboard and off the iron. And that is the end of the first half, and I tell you one guy's got to be pretty happy is head coach Aaron Wolf of Northwood. He's with our Bill Beck down on the sidelines. Bill?
Coach, you have to like the offensive presence you guys had and the confidence you showed here in the first 2 quarters.
I thought our guys played with good confidence. I thought we moved the basketball and we were patient.
Defensively, what do you got to do to shut down some of that three-point action by Plymouth?
Those guys can really shoot it. You know what I mean? We're just hoping they miss some.
It's a good strategy, Coach. Thanks.
All right.
Good luck.
Thank you very much, Bill Beck. The holiday season is upon us. There's a nice concert going on across the way. Caught a little bit of that before the game, but we've got one in concert here tonight here in the Panther Pit. At halftime, it's Northwood 28 and Plymouth 24. Boy, there's been a lot of big threes here tonight. We've got more coming up in our second half. And we welcome you back to the Panther Pit. We get a chance to interview our student athletes of the week, brought to you by TCU. TCU reminds you to go online at tcu.com and find out how you can become a member today. We've got a very special presentation to make. We have a pair of brothers here from Northwood High School, and that is Hunter and Sawyer Warren. We're going to be talking to them in just a moment. But also with us is Garrett Tharp from Plymouth High School. And Garrett is a member of the basketball team and done a great job also in the classroom. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Talk about what it takes to get all that done. I mean, you're not just playing basketball in the wintertime. You're playing during the summer. You're in summer leagues, things like that. You really have to be disciplined about your time management.
Yeah, I just play basketball, but I usually play year-round, so it's really important to balance it with schoolwork, and it's really easy if you just surround yourself with good people that keep you out of trouble and keep you focused.
Well, when coaches ask you how you're doing, they're really interested in making sure you're successful at everything.
Yes, coaches make sure, especially over the summer, that we're staying together as a team and making good choices.
What's ahead for you for college?
I'm unsure yet, but I just went on a college visit to Vincennes University. I really like it down there, and I think that might be where I'm going.
It's only about 5.5 hours.
Yeah, we made it in 3.5 when I was driving, so.
Wow, that's pretty quick. Give a shout out to people in your life that have really had your back, been behind you.
I would just like to thank my parents. They've always been there for me, making sure I get to practice and stuff on time when I was younger, driving me to practice. My brother and sister, they're always there for me, supporting me all the way.
Congratulations on all you've done already and what you're going to do. Garrett Tharp, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Outstanding student athlete from Plymouth High School. And we have the Sawyer brothers here with us, or the Warren brothers, Sawyer and Hunter. And Sawyer is alongside and Hunter's there. Both of them play baseball here at Northwood, and Hunter's also involved in wrestling. But you guys are also involved in something very special. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Talk about the success you've had in athletics and academics and getting the job done.
In baseball, we've had a really successful past. You know, last year we made semi-state, only lost 2 games, so all comes from our hard work and our team our teamwork. And then in the classroom, it's really important to me just getting everything done. My parents always preach it, so it's really important to get good grades to both of us.
Wrestling is kind of unique in that it's a team game, but it's also a game where you got a lot of individuals, nobody out there helping you. Hunter's involved in wrestling and baseball, and which one of those two do you like better?
That's a tough choice. Depends on the season. Whatever season I'm in is which one I like better. Depends how the season goes too. So.
It's a good answer for the coaches. You didn't have to take a choice. It takes a lot of time, discipline, and management to get everything done that you're doing. Talk about the priorities you have to set.
Sometimes you can't do what you want to do. You have to get your homework done. You have to make sure practice is important, and everything. School always comes first, no matter how the sport's going or what your friends want to do or anything like that.
So what's ahead for you as far as college?
For college, I'm looking pre-med. Not really sure yet. It's between pretty much IWU or Purdue. So.
And how about for you, Hunter?
That's the same for me. Pre-med or something to do with chemistry or biology, and undecided on where I'm going yet.
You guys have a fire burning, and we want to tell the folks about it. And the reason we have you both here, you've been involved not only in your activities and your academics, but also in a wonderful cause that is in your heart about your brother's wife, your sister-in-law, Lauren Warren, in a battle for her life, and you guys have really taken an active role.
Yeah, it's been big. Our community's been great. Everyone's been backing us. You know, we didn't expect everyone to treat this like they did, with being so generous to how much they donate to all of us. And my sister, you know, she's battling stage 4 mesothelioma, so it's a tough time for our family, but everyone, our community and our family, everyone's just behind us, and it's really means a lot to us. So.
It's got to mean a lot to your brother as well and your entire family. You really circled the wagons on this, haven't you? I mean, everybody's going really hard.
Yeah, we've started some fundraisers for it. We've been selling some bracelets at the school, and we've been selling them to everyone in the community, and everyone's been selling shirts, and we're going down to see them soon, so doing everything we can to make her feel better and comfort her.
It's got to make the whole family and certainly your sister-in-law feel great that everybody's got that in their heart, praying for her, wishing for the best. And you guys want to go into medicine, maybe you discover a cure for all this.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Maybe. That'd be real nice.
Thanks, fella.
Thank you.
Those are the Warren brothers, and I tell you what, so proud of their effort and what they're doing for their family. I want to thank Garrett Tharp again for Plymouth. Our Student Athletes of the Week brought to you by TCU. They remind you to go online at tcunet.com and find out how you can become a member today. We're back with halftime stats and highlights in a moment here on TV 46 WHME. We welcome you back to our halftime show tonight, and our halftime show brought to you by Lori Sumter with Phil Hahn and Associates. They're sponsoring our halftime activity, and our broadcast brought to you also in part by Crown Trophy. Crown Trophy reminds you they're nationally known and locally owned. Bob Nagel with Bo Hunt and Chuck Freeby. What happened to Chuck?
Where'd he go?
Oh, Chuck's spending time with family this weekend and wishing him all the best, his wonderful family. And we're here with Bill Beck, who's down on the sidelines for us. And Bo, we were hoping for a good ball game. We knew we'd get it. Both teams well coached and good execution, but they've been raining threes in the house tonight.
They sure are. You know, there's two teams that are very well coached. We're looking for inside stuff. They did it from the outside today so far.
They really did, and I tell you what, Northwood got off to a great start in the ball game. They hit some threes, and they got some wonderful play in that first quarter, especially from Brad Delio. Knocked down the three-pointer there, and they got the ball inside. A nice finish off the glass that time by Caleb Lung. And then it's Delio again for another three, and I tell you what, they opened up a 16-8 lead at the end of the first quarter, but then Plymouth came back and they got some help off the bench. Outstanding effort by their freshman Jake Reichert at three-pointers all in the second quarter. Got a three-point free throw opportunity from McCramer, and another basket by the junior Evan Ziegler, and Plymouth battled their way back into the ball game and trailed by 4 here at halftime. And Bo, when we look at the stats, the threes have been really a tremendous part of it, and one more made by Plymouth is what got them back in, because they're out-rebounded by 1, but only 3 turnovers per team.
Yeah, it's pretty even up and down. Field goal percentage, Plymouth shooting a little bit better on that end. 3-pointers, 4 of 8, 5 of 6, about 50% for both teams. Plymouth right there as well. Free throws. Northwood's got the edge on that. I talked about they only had 1 foul with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. So that's something we watch in the second half. You can say refs don't make up one half to the second half, but it tends to happen.
Well, we'll see what happens there. You know, they had a wonderful moment here tonight. at halftime. They had a raffle. We talked about Lauren Warren at halftime and how she's battling cancer down in Texas. They sold tickets tonight, over 600 tickets. The result of that was $15,000 raised just tonight, and almost everybody wrote the name of Lauren Warren on the ticket. So when Norm Sellers pulled out the winning ticket, guess who won it? Lauren Warren. Congratulations to this great community. We're glad to be here tonight. We've got second half action coming up. That'll do it for our halftime show, brought to you by the wonderful folks at Phil Hahn and Associates and Lori Sumter. They sponsored our halftime show. We're back in a moment here on TV 46.
Welcome back to the second half of tonight's game, sponsored by Electrical Workers, a local 153, making our community brighter. Before we get in the second half here, Bill Beck's on the sideline. Bill, what did Ryan Bales have to say?
Yeah, had a quick conversation with Ryan Bales there. He talked about weathering the storm. They just got a little bit better how they got to do things defensively and offensively. They got some great minutes off the bench, especially with Riker and his shooting. But he talked about weathering the storm, and we got to start all over again.
Thank you very much, Bill Beck. Bob Nagel, Bo Hunt, Bill Beck back with you. Our third quarter brought to you by Wakarusa Ag. And we're just about ready to get underway. We've got a good one. 4-point ball game. 16 minutes to decide a winner in this NLC opener for both teams. Caden Gongler with the basketball. Got over to Brad Delio. Gongler goes baseline. Wanted to pull up. Kicks it back out top. Delio. Plymouth was back there in a hurry. Good defense by the Plymouth Pilgrims. Had a chance to talk to John Barron. He's all about defense on football nights, but proud of the way the Plymouth Pilgrims are playing tonight.
Long again. That's the second time he's jumped out of bounds and saved something. What hustle he's done tonight.
Plymouth was just waiting for it to go out of bounds, and he saved it in. Brad Delio had 10 points in the first half. Lung, turnaround jumper, good from about 15 feet away. Lung with the first points of the second half. He's got 12 points on the night. Back come the Plymouth Rockies. McCramer with the basketball. Caden McCramer. That's thrown away. Look at Smart, goes to the hoop, lays it up and in.
Good job by DeAndre. He was out of control a little bit, so rather than doing anything fancy, he just went up for the nice little layup.
Well, a turnover is one thing, but to turn it into points, we talked about that being one of the keys for Northwood tonight. Turn turnovers into points. Kramer out top. Oh, and that's got to be a first down or a foul. No foul called, and Delio finishes. Bo, I got to think that needed to be a foul or something. There's a lot of contact. We've got a timeout on the floor. 6:23 to go, third quarter. And Northwood has opened the lead back up to 10. We're back in a moment on TV 46, your high school basketball game of the week. One of our sponsors of our high school basketball game of the week, Bill's Heating. They've been keeping families and businesses comfortable since 1951. You can relax knowing your family's comfort is their top priority. And Bill's Heating was voted best of the best by the readers of the Goshen News. Call Bill's Heating, 574-533-2079. We'll look at that Northwood bench, feeling pretty good about the way they've come out in the second half. Now, Plymouth was down by double figures in the first half and battled back. You just don't want to spend too much time, but a couple of calls that maybe a little iffy, and the turnover certainly helped Northwood as they turned it into points.
I would like to thank Cook's Pizza for feeding our production crew prior to tonight's game. When your Panther fans are hungry, they go to Cook's Pizza. And you can also enjoy all this goodness at Jimtown Pizza in Jimtown as well.
What a crew over there at Cook's Pizza. They're busy with holiday parties and everything. Still found time to feed our crew. Dean Korsmo especially happy about that. Mark tries to take away the baseline, and there's some contact down there. And a foul is whistled against Caleb Long. That's his second foul. Long with a dozen points here tonight. Brad Delio has a dozen. 3 points for DeAndre Smart. Plymouth gets it out top. Now in the corner, jumper on the way. That's off the iron, no good rebound. That's a good offensive board by Plymouth. And they try to take it back in, and we got a double dribble called. Good effort by Benji Nixon, but the turnover gives the ball back to Northwood.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies is an Indiana company that impacts industries worldwide. Over a half a century of quality and excellence has made us into an industry knowledge source. We support the efforts of the young people in this game, working toward the same goal, that is a great finish.
5:45 to go. We got a whistle and a foul call. And I think it's on Nixon. He was holding one of the Northwood Panthers trying to get through, and on Nixon, that is foul number 3, I'm sorry, on Benji Nixon. So Benji's going to get some bench time. And Reichert is back in now for Plymouth. He gave him a nice spark in that first half. Both so far, you almost have to give player of the game honors to everybody guarding Hilliard tonight. They've held him to 3 points, came in averaging 16. And there's a lob down low. Doesn't connect, a good idea. Now Plymouth trying to turn into points. There's a shot to the outside and knocking it down.
Cole Filson with the big three there. What a great ball movement. He caught that in rhythm. First time he's caught that three-pointer in rhythm and been able to knock it down.
Try to lob it down low to Smart. He tries to save it in, but I don't get that one. He said he was on the baseline.
Ugh. Actually looked like they said Hilliard was on the baseline. They're reporting Northwood ball.
I think Ryan Bales would vote for that decision. 5:07 to go, third quarter. It's a 7-point ball game. Northwood with a second win here. Second opportunity to lob it in. And it's knocked out and now fought for. It's on the floor. First down, Plymouth. Actually, it's a jump ball. The alternating possession will go
to Plymouth. Head coach Ryan Lightfoot and the Bethel Pilots invite you to join them for a game this season on the campus of Bethel College in Mishawaka. Bring the entire family for a game and enjoy college basketball at its finest. Visit www.bethelcollege.edu for a complete basketball schedule.
Northwood leading 6-3 in the third quarter. There's a reverse attempt, no good. Rebound is put back up and in, and it'll count. Count the basket. And I believe Tharp is going to go to the free throw. Well, what's the call here?
He called 3 seconds? Not sure what he called there. We got a foul, or no, we got points going on the board for Hilliard there. They gave him the points, the bucket, but they called the foul on him after the ball was in the air or through the hoop.
Penetration down low, shot put up, no good. Still Smart in there battling. Ball's loose, it's out of bounds, and it'll belong to Plymouth. One referee had Plymouth, one had Northwood. Take a look at it down low. Ball was right up on the rim, and then Smart tried to save it. I think they had the right call there. 4:23 left to go, third quarter. It's a 5-point game. Northwood had opened up a 10-point lead again. Now going strong to the basket. Trying to finish at the hoop. Was McCramer? No, I'm sorry, it was Reichert.
Freshman Reichert. And Bill did find out at halftime that he only played 2 quarters, I believe it was, in the JV game, so he did have full eligibility here in the varsity game.
Well, that's a good thing for Plymouth because that young man is shooting the ball very well. 75% free throw shooter. Keep going away is good. Reichert had 11 in the first half. He has 12 now for the ball game. A lot of guys on that board with 12 points. Couple for Northwood, and now he misses the second one, so he'll stay at 12. The rebound pulled down, and heading up the floor is Caleb Long. Delio. Good move. Keep in mind that Benji Nixon is on the bench, has foul trouble. He has 3. And we're just under 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Third quarter brought to you by Wakarusa Ag. Right side. Brad Delio.
Reminder, those last free throws by Jake Reichert are sponsored by John Hampton Shelter Insurance of Plymouth.
Driving in the lane, and how about nice job finishing by Brad Delio. His second basket of the second half. He has 14 now, leading the way. Came into the game averaging 8 points per contest. Little weave action out top, shot from the outside. Knocking it down was McCramer. Kramer, when he gets in his rhythm, is a pretty efficient shooter. Makes it a three-point game once again. The ball passed over on the wing. Trent Edwards is in the contest. Had it knocked away again. And the ball is going to roll out of our way. We got a whistle, and one of the officials either called a foul or said he touched it. So it's going to go against Northwood, and a foul called on Trent Edwards, the 5'11 sophomore.
The Miller Senior Living Communities of both Wakarusa and Napanee take great pride in being part of the Wauanee community with assisted living, nursing care, home care, and rehab services. They're committed to excellence for America's greatest generation, our seniors. Plan a visit to experience firsthand the many amenities at Miller Senior Living Community.
Plymouth with a basketball, and a three would knot it all up right here. As Hilliard drives inside, pulls up, soft jumper off, no good. Rebound is down to Northwood. That's a big board. And nice job by Caleb Long, who averages 6 rebounds per contest. Delio left side to Bean. Around the screen, gets open, fires it up, off no good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Plymouth. McCramer got that one. It was knocked out of bounds. Good defensive pressure down there by Northwood's Luke Howland, the 6'5 senior. Folks, Teachers Credit Union understands the importance of growing your future. Whether you're growing your family, your square footage, or your business, Teachers Credit Union is here for you with financial solutions that will help you succeed. Visit tcunet.com to start growing your future today. Federally insured by the NCUA, they are an equal housing opportunity lender. Long shot from the outside, and knocking it down again is Hilliard. Plymouth now with 3 threes in the third quarter, and they've made it a tie game at 36-36.
What a great comeback here in the third quarter by Plymouth. Just keep putting it together, putting the pressure on that Northwood offense as well.
Northwood got it down low. Strong move off the glass. No good. Rebound is down to Northwood's Jordan B. Miller, and he was fouled on the rebound.
Looks like Tharp might pick up his second foul tonight. Yep.
Up with his second. B. Miller, a 6'1 senior. Again, one of those guys that's put in the hours over the years that can help you. Understands what we're trying to do. Has the ball in the inbound. Looking for a backdoor cutter, maybe. Ooh, went off the foot of Plymouth, but no stopping the action. And back comes Hilliard. If he scores or leading, he misses. And the rebound pulled down. Nice job inside by Caleb Long. Now it's a soft jumper by Delio, up no good. A foul on the rebound. And they're going to say the foul is on Plymouth. It's on Tharp. That would be his third. 34, I think Reichert got the foul. It's his second. Fouls are starting to even up a little bit, though, as you said at halftime. They usually do.
Yeah, definitely are. 3-3 at this point. Gongler with the three, Long with the rebound. Hilliard picking up his second foul.
And a foul called on Hilliard. I thought there was some pretty good contact coming the other way. Hilliard gets the foul, his second. What a ball game. 1:04 to go, third quarter, even up at 36. This one went overtime a year ago.
Good tie ball game here with a minute to go. Working the clock a little bit, it looks like here. Looking for that good shot.
Downward. Gets into the lane, put up a 10-footer. It's off, no good. Rebound is down to Tharp. The big fella dishes it off. Here he gets it to McCramer. Under a minute to go. 37 seconds. Tied at 36. Plymouth with the basketball. With Tharp out top. Protecting that basketball. Gets it over on the left wing. Cole Filson. Back out top. Waiting for the last shot of the quarter? I think so. Why wouldn't you? Worst you could be is tied. Up top, it's McCramer. Youngworth trying to knock it away. That's Todd's son. Todd quite a basketball guy in this area. Now the ball knocked away and a foul called on Northwood.
Well, should you be paying less for auto insurance? 50% discounts available. Let State Farm agent Sylvia Benjamin show you coverage that fits you. 24/7 customer service and discounts for things you do every day. Call Sylvia at 773-AUTO or go to sylviaismyagent.com.
5.2 seconds left to go. Plymouth the basketball. Heading down to the lane, putting up the soft shovel shot. It's no good, and a whistle will stop the play. Again, this time was 1.5 seconds ago. And a foul whistled on Smart. DeAndre Smart has the personal foul. It's his first of the night. And it'll put Caden McCramer at the free throw line for Plymouth. McCramer, 45% from the free throw line on the season. And he made that one. He's made all 4 of them that he's taken tonight. He'll have another one here. Got 3-pointer and 4 free throws, now 5. Made them all. So 8 points from McCramer. And with second and a half to go. Oh, off the front of the rim by Delio. Northwood tried to get in a late shot, but we'll go to the third quarter stop with Plymouth on top. What a comeback by the Plymouth Pilgrims after they were down 10 here in the third quarter. 3-pointers really helped the way. Filson got 1, McCramer for 3, and we've got a 2-point ball game with 8 minutes to go. Imagineering Finishing Technologies, one of our sponsors tonight. IFT, where quality is a way of life. Bill Beck is with us down on the sidelines. And Bill, you've got some interesting discussion out there. What do you got?
Well, we didn't know this game was being simulcast by ESPN, the Panther crew here. I've got Corbin Taylor, I've got Landon Gessinger, and I've got Randy Kaufman here. Quick question, guys. Player of the game so far and why?
I think it's Brad Delio. You know, he's really shown up and hitting those threes and, you know, taking the lead for his team right now.
Landon, who's going to win and why?
Northwood, because we're Northwood.
Amen.
Could you be more specific?
Because we're Northwood.
Very good. Good elaboration. Randy, better looking with or without crutches, Caleb Glick.
You know, I think we're just going to win because we're Northwood. Like Landon said, you know, I feel like Nick Bean is taking a vital role in covering Caleb Glick during this time. I know Caleb's going to he's going to come back and he's going to be better than ever.
Hey, Bill. Wood. Bill, there's a game going on. Do you hear about it?
Back to the game, Bob and Bo.
Wow. Landon Gessers are getting more airtime than I am tonight. If it was football, I could understand it. Great quarterback for Northwood this year. On the inbounds after the whistle and the ball into Northwood, and the Panthers have tied it up at 38.
Bean with the bucket there, and last blocking foul on McCramer. Caden picking up his second foul of the night. Reminder that the fourth quarter, 4-quarter sponsors, and the fourth quarter is sponsored by Wakarusa Ag, and those last free throws by Plymouth are sponsored by John Hampton Shelter Insurance.
Plymouth outscored Northwood in that third quarter. And there's another nice run to the basket. Well, I'll tell you what, Hilliard is good, and he was patient tonight. Was stopped early on. Now he's getting his points. He's got 10.
Yeah, what a great job by Hilliard. He really wasn't getting his shots, and he was trying to force a few things here and there, but started taking his time, and then here in the end of the third and in the fourth, really stepping it up.
Smart made a nice move, got a good open look, couldn't hit it from 8 feet away, and back come the Plymouth Pilgrims. Kramer got it off, back out top, McCramer, right down the lane, bounce pass underneath, and Tharp will finish with the 2. And a timeout called by Northwood. The momentum is wearing red here tonight. Northwood going to talk about it. We'll take a break and be back in just a moment. What a nice move by McCramer and a great pass to Tharp. And a 4-point lead for Plymouth. Tonight's TV46 High School Basketball Game of the Week being brought to you in part by James V. Macri. Orthodonture, and you can trust your smile to an expert when you trust it to James V. Macri. And we're also brought to you in part by the IHSAA, partnering with TV46 now for 27 sensational years. We're looking forward to being your station all the way into the high school tournament.
Reminder, Northwood's timeout tonight, sponsored by Quality Window and Door. We'd like to thank Quality Window and Door for sponsoring Northwood timeouts tonight.
6:30 to go. Pass down low. The big, strong young man puts it up and in. Nice job off the bench calling the play. Caleb Lung has 2 more. Caleb Lung now with 14 points in the ball game. He's well over his average of 9. A lot of heroes tonight for both teams. We got a 2-point ball game with 6 minutes to go. Who writes these scripts?
Yeah, we knew we were going to have a good one coming in with these 2 teams, these 2 coaches, the tradition that these 2 teams have, and the competitiveness that they bring out in each other.
Sharp. Got it to McCramer, who squared up. Now it's on the left side. Reichert's done a nice job over there, especially in that second quarter. Hilliard, 3 on the way, off no good. Rebound fought for, and Northwood battles for the board. Nice job down low there by Gonwer. Delio kicks in the corner to Smart. 5:41 left to go. And it's been a good one. We really appreciate the cooperation and help from both schools. Certainly the head coaches, Aaron Wolf from Northwood and Ryan Bales from Plymouth. And also the athletic department staffs from both schools. Nice job by Delio. Drives all the way down the lane, put it up and in off the glass and was fouled.
Riker picking up his 3rd foul, little freshman mistake there, and Delio had the hoop, had the bucket. Just go ahead and let him go and get that. No reason to foul him on that.
And he got the defender. He got Hilliard to look the other way, and on the way in gets fouled. They'll go to the line. A tie ball game, and Northwood could take the lead on the free throw. And it's in and out, wouldn't go. Rebound. Smart tried to tip it. It belongs to Plymouth.
At the corner of US 6 and State Road 15 in New Paris is a store that is really convenient. The 6 and 15 convenience store opens Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. and they stay open till 10. Now that's convenient. The 6 and 15 convenience store in New Paris has what you need to keep going.
And another stop in the action. Ball will be out of bounds to Plymouth. Tharp, the likely target on the inbound play, has it, dishes it back out top, and Plymouth will set it up. Hilliard with the basketball. Hilliard with 10 points. Still under his average, but playing well in the second half. Got the ball on the wing. Kicks it back out on top. McCramer's 3 off the iron, no good, and the rebound chased down by Bean. Bean's done a nice job. Expanded role tonight. He's got 10 points, and he's also had some good rebounds and played some good defense. Bean with it on the wing. Out top, Bowen. It's a tie game. Every possession is crucial. Under 4.5 to go. They try to get it down low. It's knocked away. Picked up in the corner. Got it to Smart down low. Shot up, no good. Smart battling for the rebound, but it's pulled down by Plymouth.
DeAndre not able to finish there. That's one of the games we talked about him really being more physical inside and finishing. Taking it strong to the hoop.
Nice rebound on the other end by Cole Filson, the 6'2 junior. Foul called on Bean. And on Bean, that is his second. There's a look at the 2 coaches game tonight. A lot of strategy going on. But to go to a practice for either one of these 2 coaches is a treat. So much fundamental balance, so much sound play. Shot put up by McCramer, no good, but the loose ball is picked up by McCramer. And the nice pass, they're looking for him to shoot, but he passed it down low and he missed it both times. And back comes Northwood. Trying to get to the hoop, trying to get a shot up. They kick it out. Delio! Brad Delio with another 3 spot.
Ring-a-ling-ling, just call Persing.
9 points in the second half. 10 in the first half for Delio. He's got 19 points, leading the way for Northwood, who now leads it by 3.
Looks like a foul on DeAndre as well after the 3. Sends Plymouth to the line for 1-1 for a John Hampton Shelter Insurance free throw for Hilliard.
Clay Hilliard, 6'1 junior, 16 points a game. 88% free throw shooter. Now the officials are talking things over. You got to wait and see if that's a bonus situation yet.
Looks like Aaron Wolf's talking about that, and it can't be a 1-and-1.
Well, 7 fouls now called on the Northwood Panthers. One nice thing about a delay like this when the coaches and the officials are talking about it is the guy that wants to shoot the free throw has got to stand there and wait.
Bill, I'm not sure if you can hear what Aaron's talking about. It sounds like he was saying DeAndre was on the bench.
Well, we're still talking about it.
Yeah, he was on the floor right now. I saw the review.
Well, the students just found out they're not getting anything for Christmas, so they're, no, that's not why they're unhappy. Love the costumes, though. A lot of sweaters, holiday sweaters. Free throw is up and good by Hilliard. He cuts the lead back to 2.
Yoder Stutzman Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has been serving Napanee and the surrounding area since 1969. They're committed to what they do, and they enjoy serving the public for their plumbing, heating, and air conditioning needs. That's Yoder Stutzman Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, building lasting solutions.
12 points on the night now for Hilliard. Nice job by Gongwer. Gets all the way down, puts it up, spins it up, wouldn't go. Offensive foul on Gongwer. And they're giving Tharp some high fives because he took the brunt of that one, but it doesn't go as a turnover, but Gongwer gets called on the foul. That's his 3rd.
Yeah, the foul's definitely going Plymouth's way here towards the end of the second half, here at the end of the 4th quarter. Northwood picking up their 8th foul. Plymouth still at only 6. One more will put Northwood in the 1-and-1.
Plymouth basketball trailing by 1, 45-44. Last year it was 66-60 in overtime. Northwood a winner. Got the ball out top to McCramer. Smart is back in there for defense. Back to McCramer. Looking for a cutter. Gets it out top. Hilliard squared up. Goes back in the corner to McCramer. Kramer drives baseline. Kicks it back to Tharp. He gets it out top. Down the side. Hilliard open. 3 on the way. No good. Tip back up and no good. And a foul on the rebound. And Benji Nixon, I think, has his 4th foul.
Wow, you talked about the first half. Refs were kind of letting them play a little bit. Here, getting down the stretch, you know, yeah, maybe these are fouls, but they're just calling a little bit more than they were than the first half. Eastlake 24, Napanee, is a full-service fitness club with 24/7 access. They never close. Just $29 to enroll, $29 per month, with unlimited access to all 8 Eastlake locations. Check it out yourself between Ace Hardware and Martin Supermarket, Eastlake 24, Napanee.
Long at the free throw line, knocks it down. Long on the night now, 5 out of 6 from the free throw line. He'll have another. Northwood leads it by a deuce. 2:57 to go. Next free throw off, no good. Rebound down to Plymouth. Tharp in there with a big strong board. And now it's up to the Plymouth Pilgrims to get it across. And Kramer takes it all the way down and finishes. They were waiting for him to set up the offense. He said, heck with that. And he scores, and we're tied at TV 46. We didn't write the script, but it says 46-46. And how nice we have a timeout.
Timeout by Northwood. Northwood's timeouts. Quality Window and Door. We'd like to thank Quality Window and Door for sponsoring Northwood's timeouts tonight. 46.
Well, next week we've got a dandy for you from the Cave at Mishawaka High School. And we're going to get a chance to see the Marion Knights take on the Mishawaka Cave. And Marion stunned a little bit last night by a good team from John Glenn, who hit their 3-pointers in the 4th quarter. Mishawaka still trying to figure it out with a new head coach, and we're looking forward to seeing those 2 teams. We'll have it for you Friday night, 11 o'clock, and Saturday morning at 9 right here on TV 46, and it follows this one, so if it's as good as this one, we'll be happy with that.
Well, definitely for sure. Lori Sumter with Phil Hahn and Associates is part of the hometown team supporting your hometown Panthers. Lori has been helping the Walney community for over 30 years working in Panther Nation. Let Lori Sumter find your new home.
Northwood inbounds the basketball to Trent Edwards. The sophomore dribbles it up the floor. Got in the high post and turn around and shooting the jumper, knocking it down was Caleb Lung.
What a great job Caleb's been doing all night. Just been consistent for his team, leading them throughout the whole night.
Lung now with 17 points and a whistle and a foul called. And this one, whistle, I think it might be on Bean. Nope, it's on Lung.
Yeah, a little pushing underneath going on, and Lung picks up his third foul on the night.
Out of the ball game goes Trent Edwards back in, a little more size, and Luke Howland, the 6'5" senior.
Plymouth going to the line. Their free throw is sponsored by John Hampton Shelter Insurance.
Free throw is good.
Hilliard knocks down another. Add to his point total of the night, 13 so far.
3 out of 3 from the line. Held to just one three-pointer in the first half, and now Hilliard with 14 points. Back and forth we go. Tied at 48 with 2:05 to go. Brad Delio on the left side, trying to create some room for him. And Kramer comes out to guard him. Kramer a little more size. Smart with the basketball. Gives it back out to Delio. 1:48 to go, regulation. We're tied at 48. Delio down the lane, knocked away. It's on the floor. He traveled with the basketball. No call. Plymouth comes up with the ball. He changed his pivot from his foot to his backside. That should have been a turnover, but Plymouth got the ball anyway. And now Ryan Bales wants to call a timeout with 1:32 left to go in the fourth quarter, and we're knotted up at 48 apiece. And a lot of things going on this week. I want to tell you about Notre Dame women's basketball. They'll be in action on Pulse FM 96.9, 92.1. That'll be Sunday afternoon at 1 p.m. Our pregame show starts at 12:45. The Fighting Irish against DePaul. Sounds like one of those old Big East matchups, but it'll be a good one right there. And well, I tell you what, there's a good matchup coming up tomorrow, the Crossroads Classic down in Indianapolis, as the Purdue Boilermakers take on the Butler Bulldogs, followed by the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame against Indiana. Full day of basketball on FM 103.1 WHMA. The Crossroads Classic from down in Indianapolis. That'll be a lot of fun.
Definitely will. Here at minute 30 to go in the game here in the fourth quarter. These teams in this game are working toward a great finish. Well, and so is the team from Imaginary Finishing Technologies. Partners with industry including aerospace, automotive, military and defense, medical and precision machining. At IFT, quality is a way of life.
You know, WHME Radio 103.1 FM is also your home for Northwood boys and girls basketball. Girls basketball coming up Saturday, December 16th, Northwood at Plymouth. And then on Tuesday, it'll be Fairfield at Northwood. There's a look at our head coaches. Ryan Bales on the left, Aaron Wolf on the right. Got their teams in a full-blown dandy here, 48-48, 1.5 to go in the ball game. Plymouth, are they going to hold for the last shot, Bo?
I think they're going to work the ball and try to force Northwood to come out. Next foul, they're in the double bonus because they're at 9 fouls right now. So they're going to try to make Northwood work at them and come at them and see if they can get a good shot.
Pass out on the wing. We're down to 1:10 to go. Looks like that is the idea. Filson's just 61% free throw shooter. Everybody else is pretty solid. And Kramer just 45%, but tonight he's 5 out of 5. Can't trust anybody. 53 seconds left to go. Plymouth basketball.
Overtime last year in this game. Northwood wins 66-62.
Tharp with the ball out top. Want to give it to McCramer. Double team now. He's trying to time up. He turns, goes to the hoop, and he lays it up, and he got it, and he's fouled. A New Country herd from Garrett Tharp, who had just 2 points in the ball game, takes it right to the basket, finishes strong, and he'll have a free throw coming up. Wow.
What a great take by Tharp. Took it up strong, shows his strong muscles as he's doing, posing. Lung picks up his foul. Third foul of the night as well.
Free throw by Tharp, he got it.
Plymouth free throw sponsored by John Hampton Shelter Insurance.
3-point lead now. Northwood needs a big bucket. Got it in the hands of one of their heroes tonight, Caleb Lung. 17 points. Got it to Smart. Got it out to Delio. I like his chances to get a shot here. Delio. Bounce pass. Got it inside, off the glass. Nice job. 13 seconds ago, and Plymouth's lead has been cut back to 1 off the nice strong basket inside by Caleb Lung. We got a quick break. We'll be back to wrap this one up in a moment. We got a dandy. Stay with us. The road-tripping Plymouth Pilgrims over here at the pit at Northwood High School, leading 51-50 with the basketball, and 13.7 left to go. And I'm sure that Northwood has scouted Plymouth. They're aware of their weaker free throw shooters, but tonight McCramer's been outstanding, 5 out of 5. You might have picked on him. Tharp has been outstanding, made a big free throw just a moment ago to provide that 1-point lead right now. Bill Beck, when you look around the floor, what are you picking here? If you're Northwood, you got to be careful who's handling the ball, and do you think Plymouth might foul here?
Yeah, you got to be very patient offensively and defensively. You just got to let the game come to you. Pick and choose your spots, who you want to foul, when you want to foul. You've only got 13.7, so you better do something very quick here. I'd love to hear what each coach said to their team here coming out of this passing inbounds play here.
Whatever you do, you want to do it quick here. Plymouth with the basketball. They lead it by 1. Northwood, full court pressure. They get it in. Now they throw the home run ball with the foul call before the pass. Boy, that was close. And it's going to put Benji Nixon at the free throw line. Benji threw some passes in football this year, and he tried to throw one there, and just a half second late.
They left Benji open actually down there, and once he got the ball, then they converged on him and fouled him. So it looked like that was actually the goal, was to foul Nixon. And Nixon goes to the line. He has not scored tonight. He has 4 fouls, and yet here he is, 11 seconds to go. Free throw on the way, off no good. John Hampton Shelter Insurance sponsoring Plymouth free throws tonight. Nixon will have another. Northwood will have the ball with 11.2. Oh, wait a minute, we got a lane violation. Who was in early? It was Tharp. Looked like it was. So a lane violation on Plymouth, and the lead is 1, and now we've got a timeout being called by Northwood with 11.2 left to go in the contest. Wow. Let's take a look at the last play. And again, you've got Benji Nixon at the free throw line, and watch him get ready to shoot. And it was McCramer, wasn't it? McCramer, yeah. McCramer who stepped in there, trying to do a little pivot move and crossed the line. Like they're pointing at Tharp right there, but it was actually Kramer. McCramer got in there early. Wow. Hey, the IBCA poll this week has the South Bend Riley Wildcats #1 in the state. Pretty impressive. Valpo's number 17. And we've got a good year coming up in high school basketball. A lot of good teams. How about Washington? 5-0 after that win over Penn. A couple new coaches in the area. Washington with 1, Riley with 1. Marion was undefeated till they fell to Glenn last night. A lot of good basketball. Culver Academy is a very good team as well. Yeah, we saw them. We got to see them last year as well, and they're a very good team. Westview, what a tremendous. We knew they were going to be good. A couple years ago, we sat up there at a 14-12 game in the 4th quarter, and we're like, give these guys a couple years, and hey, well, it's coming. Charlie Yoder, a fine player. Elijah Hales, that's a good team over there at Westview. We're going to get a chance to see them as the season rolls on. Next week, Mishawaka and Marion. And we're about ready to go. 11 seconds to go. Plymouth lead is 1. With the basketball, Brad Delia puts his move on, gets down low, puts up the shot, got it to go with 2. 2 seconds left to go. And a timeout called. Northwood is on the board, leading 52-51. And Brad Delio, the most likely guy to take the shot, Bo, found a way to get it off and get it in. Yeah, what a great job, Delio. He started off the night red hot with some 3-pointers, kept that alive. What a huge bucket. Couple guys in his face as well.
Watching that clock in the background there. Shot off, goes through. 3.5 seconds to go. Now they're going to put it to 3.2. That's a good effort.
Yeah, I did look at the rest. They were looking at the clock. I did see the one. As soon as it went in, I saw his head go up, looked at it, they called the timeout.
So they put 3.2 on there. It's very fair, I think, as far as the management by the officials in this ball game tonight. They get a good look at Panther Phil Leckleitner, one of the assistant coaches, longtime mentor of young people. There's a look at the clock. 52-51, 3.2 seconds to go. Man, you get to see this for $5. It's unbelievable.
Oh, it is. Plymouth's in the double bonus as well. So if some reason Northwood overplays a little bit and fouls here, Plymouth goes the line for 2, not just 1-1 as well. So look for that here. Look for Plymouth to maybe get it up. Northwood to play maybe a half court. Keep everything on the other side with that 3.2 seconds. Get it to the half court and make them shoot it from there.
Cole Filson, who played quarterback this year, is going to trigger the ball in. And man-to-man, they've got the big guy, Luke Holland, on the inbounder at 6'5". They get it in. And heading down the floor is Hilliard. His shot and away. The buzzer won't go, and Northwood survives and wins it over Plymouth by a score of 52-51. Oh, my, what an outstanding ball game we had here tonight. The Northwood Panthers had Plymouth down by 10. They come back to take the lead to the Plymouth Pilgrims. And that man right there, number 5, Brad Delio, with the big bucket to win it for the Northwood Panthers. Bill Beck is down on the sidelines. He's going to be visiting with our player of the game in just a moment. We'll be back. Plymouth and Northwood gave us a thriller. Northwood wins it 52-51. Back in a moment.
Thanks for watching the WHME TV 46 High School Game of the Week, brought to you by
Well, the fans still milling around, and nobody can be disappointed in what they saw here tonight, whether you're a Plymouth fan or Northwood fan. Great basketball game, 52-51, the final score. Northwood a winner. Plymouth, boy, I tell you what, they really battled back, did a great job in the course of the ball game. Bob Nagel along with Bo Hunt, and we're glad that you were with us for this one. Chuck Freeby enjoying the week off, and boy, he missed it dandy. You talk about classics, and Bo, really a lot of respect for both teams, the way they battled throughout the game.
Well, it really was. I mean, you're talking about two teams that know each other well, two coaches that know each other well. They're going to come out here, they're going to lay it all on the floor, and we saw that tonight. And
we were looking for heroes on both sides, and we had them. But with the fact that Northwood won the game, Bill Beck is standing by with our IUSB player of the game. Finished with 21.
And we're here with our player of the game, Brad Delio, with a game-winning shot, 21 points. Panthers with a big Northern Lakes Conference win. First, tell me about the back-and-forth nature of this game.
You know, it was a battle all game long, and Coach told us we had to take it possession by possession, and that's what we did tonight, and we came out with the W.
You came out hot right away in the first quarter, nailed some threes. How much is the confidence built for you and for this team the last couple games?
Yeah, it's huge. Coach continues to install confidence in us, and when we get our shot, we have to step into it and knock it down.
I had a chance in your last time out to look over the shoulder of you guys. Coach Wolf drew up a play 3 different times. I don't think that was either one of them there, was it?
Yeah, well, he just told me to just attack the basket, get a good shot, and we'll caps it, and if I have the shot, take it.
That's our player of the game. What a great basketball game to open up the Northern Lakes Conference, Bob and Bo.
Thank you very much, Bill Beck, and it really was a great ball game. IUSB, Indiana University South Bend, bringing us our player of the game, and what a terrific play at the end. And of course, you're looking for an electrifying play of the game. Brought to you by the electrical workers. Guess what? No question, Local 153. And everybody in the Northwood stands proud of this shot by Brad Delio. Found a way to get it off over the outs. You couldn't do any more defensively and not foul. And they don't want to put him at the line. So Delio comes up with the electrifying play of the game. And during the course of the game, there are a lot of those big stops in the game. And we'll take a look now at the Indiana Criminal Justice Institute's woe stop of the game. And again, when you look at how these teams played on defense, they did a great job in the first half on Hilliard of Plymouth, and then they did a great job throughout the game on Gongwer for Northwood. But Delio off the stop there, the loose ball, takes it in, lays it up and in. No question, Brad Delio was the player of the game, and both these teams have room to improve. People who can give them more minutes, but you can't have more intensity and more effort than we saw here tonight.
Yeah, it was such a great effort we saw tonight out of both these teams. And for Northwood, Glick being out, first game being out as well. You know, Bean come in the starting lineup, did a great job. He was part of that woe stop of the game. And, you know, two great teams that we see doing well in the NLC. It's wide open, though, that's for sure, the NLC for sure.
It really is. And our Yoder Construction brought you our post-game show here tonight. And our thanks to all the wonderful crew who helped us out tonight. Joe Fertina, our producer-director tonight. We thank him for all of his wonderful help. And we want to thank Norm Sellers, the athletic director at Northwood, Roy Benz, and John Scott, and the fellows from Plymouth. Thank you for all your help. Our wonderful crew, Dean Korsmo, handled our replay tonight. And we had our guys, the Kirkpatrick Thibodeau Kowalski law firm was handling the cameras for us tonight. Mike Doherty, our engineer, and doing a great job tonight. And we're really happy that we're able to bring you a classic game. Chuck Freeby will be back with us next Friday night as we bring you the game from over in the Cave in Mishawaka. Mishawaka will be playing host to crosstown rival the Marion Knights. We'll have it for you 11 o'clock Friday night, Saturday morning at 9 on your home for high school sports. That's WHME TV 46. Bob Nagel for Bo Hunt and Bill Beck. Thanks for being with us. Have a great holiday season.